Realized I turned it off last time. I have to face the consequences of my own actions. Misty's Izakaya roguelike mode was actually chosen. Oh, really? Oh, shit! See, roguelike? Yeah, there was a thing, you could kind of see, like, at least the workings of it before when I played Misty's Izakaya, where it's in the actual game itself. In the Lunar Capital, when you interact with the rocket, there's Michael Cat. But, like, when you talk to her, it was a completely, like, Chinese text, you know, could make anything out of that. But you want to stream? I mean, I'll have to look into that. That sounds, honestly, I'd almost be willing to pop it up today, but I'm doing Puppet Dance right now. Either I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll probably wait, because I have like one trial left in the Ace Attorney 3, and then maybe I'll do it. Anyway, I mean, I remember, like, seeing it and being told that it was, like, a Misty's kind of, like, roguelike mode thing when I played this game, you know, what was it? A while ago. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Maybe I'll wait to see, like, you know, when it gets, like, actually, like, update to English. But, like, this was a while ago. And I kind of forgot about its existence, not gonna lie. Spooter is here today to watch me try to get past Remy and then see if I get the 4.8% Yukon counter in the Path of Liminality. She's just here for the Yukon counter. 4.8% of the time we get it. Given I actually beat Remy. Which I do every time, surely. I'm literally undefeated against her. Lower percentage counters, yeah. I mean, obviously the notable one is the Yorihime. 3.33% counter. What other, like, really rare drops do I have? I got the Kokoro, that's like 5%, approximately. Although I think the difference in quality between Kokoro and your Hime, I get confused with the Origamis, is notably different. What other rare drops do I get? I feel like I got, like, one other, like, really rare one. Oh, I got Kage's 15%. That's not that rare. You ever really hungry? You're like, I gotta eat, and then you eat, and then you realize you ate way too much? Way much more than you needed to. Like, there's like a point where it's like, okay, you needed to get some calories, and you just ate way too much. That's where I currently am lying right now. My stomach is not happy with me. I guess technically, like, my Kaguya encounter is actually even more likely than my, the Yorigami sisters. Because the Origami Sister is only like a 14 point something percent counter. I didn't go left up. That was a difficult line. I probably shouldn't look to try to find a better one, but it's hard in the moment. I guess I'll have to see like how much is in this Mystia's Izakaya roguelite. Like, what does it actually encompass? Because it sounds really cool, but like, as someone who's played through Mystia's Izakaya and loves Mystia's Izakaya's gameplay, what does that mean? You have to spend 30 minutes foraging for ingredients, but every time the pool of ingredients to forage from is completely random. See, the Touhou farmers are eating good. We got Misty's Izakaya, and we got Minariko whatever being worked on. Minariko something bumper crop. We're eating good out here. Dude, I'm struggling. Alright, everyone. Oh yeah, I forgot you said they're working on one too. Alright, everyone has Sukus. I don't know, I will say just straight up, that does not instill confidence. In fact, that makes me almost scared. Not scared, but like almost. My throat is exploding this far right now. Holy moly. Oops. Don't bait her to the left, it's a bad idea. You want to bait her to the right on the first movement. Never mind, always bait her to the left, it's clearly optimal. Man, I cannot Get my throat cleared. Momiji's so easy. Hold up. I have begun to really enjoy the Momiji fight in this game a bit. Crap. Oh, I'm just... This is what I call warm-up. Okay, let's see how you doing right now. That's not Aya, that's Momiji. First try Aya on the day? You know what I should actually do? Just to make sure. That was sketch. Very important to pay attention to her movement on this one. Getting a couple okay, that was getting a few reps on this every day is a good idea. Moses, my favorite Touhou character. First try Sanai as well. Dude, Sanai and Aya are... Aya is as easy as Sanai. Confirmed. Yep. Ay, ay, ay. Hello, Toaster. You know, you don't see it any other part in this fight, but I really like how she shoots the bullets out during that non-2. It's a cool-looking attack, even if it is extraordinarily simple to play. You know, that was just not my kind of dodge. Ooh, that was actually a good play, but I just... part of the left. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna go do runs. I'm gonna get some water first. Your B. Okay, I'm back. Okay, bumper, and everything else on the stage. You know what today is? Today's a Thursday. You know what that means? We're playing Puppet Dance, but more than what that means. That means it's essentially Friday. Which means we're essentially at the weekend, if you think about it hard enough. Sure, there is still work tomorrow, but, like, that's it. All you got is one more day of work and then the weekend. Made that a little tighter than it needed to be. Really? He was dead. It's over. Well, we gotta lock in. If I can't lock into this, how do I expect to lock in against Remy later? I lost a little too much faith there. What a shame. Down 3,000 faith. How am I ever gonna get a world record now? I did. Going this time for sure. See you, Toaster. Ay, goo. Bumper! Now, I don't necessarily want to, because, like, I usually have caffeine on Friday specifically to stay up late. I try to avoid caffeine more than just once a week, but maybe I'll down some right now. Holy moly, maybe I have stage 1. Hey, Hina. Up! Okay, we're fine. No, nothing was an issue at all. Yeah, it's weird because I've said it before, but I kind of think that Hina might be the third hardest boss in the run. Act a human. Fuck, too much. I was moving right, but I was moving way too much. I gotta pee right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, time to ingest some caffeine. Hundred and 50 milligrams of a heart attack. It's over. I can go, yo. The first time I've ingested caffeine since Sunday, I think, today. See, I'm really cautious about caffeine intake. I drink very minimal throughout the week. And the thing is that, like, one of the reasons I do that specifically is because I've seen so many people that classify as energy drink addicts or coffee addicts. And there's a difference between doing that and, like, between, like, oh, you know, you drink coffee on the regular or something. Like, I try to avoid that type of thing personally. But, like, the thing that baffles me is it's like, here's an energy drink that is 200 milligrams of caffeine, okay? 200 milligrams is a good amount. And I know people who'll drink 2 or 3 of that some days. Whenever I feel bad because I'm drinking like 150 like 2 days in a row, I just think of them and be like, you know, I'm not that bad. Okay, you have to clear it. Oh, but it's September. Should I? You know, I guess that is this month. I hate that until every time I start a stream on Twitch dashboard. I love how at the very top of it, until I have enough chat messages on the day to cause it to scroll, there's always a prompt at the top that says "gift a sub." I'm like, cool, thanks, Twitch. You remember the original Panera charged lemonades? I know of them. I remember hearing about them when they were, you know, people were talking about them. I have never had one myself. I've never been to Panera. But I remember the whole dealio. One of the reasons I've never been to a Panera is the fact that I didn't have a Panera in the town I live in until literally like probably about 2 years ago. And I've never been, and even since they opened, I've never been. I mean, hey, the thing about caffeine, it's the same thing as like with other things, like alcohol and such. You know, there's a level where consumption's perfectly fine, probably, and some people go a little too far. Just a little bit. Remember Four Loko when that was caffeinated? People killed themselves with that. It's caffeinated. Yeah, well that's another thing, you know. It's like ignorance on some people. Like, I mean, and partly it's like you see a drink that says 150 milligrams of caffeine, right? Let's see some sort of energy drink, and then another one is 200. Another one says 300. A question that a lot of people are not going to know an answer to is what the hell, like, people don't have, unless you drink caffeine regularly enough, and even then, who knows, like, people don't have necessarily the best understanding of, like, what that means. are small. Yeah, wasn't that because, like, the caffeine content wasn't necessarily, like, the highest, but, like, because... Okay, that was just disgusting. But because of, like, how large, like, the large was or something, it just ended up being so much. Oh, if you're talking about Four Loko, then yeah, I mean... Four Loko was certainly an epidemic. Until they were like, okay, you gotta stop with it. You know, Four Loko is one of those incidents where it gets that interesting dilemma of like, okay, is this the type of thing that you should legally regulate, or is it the type of thing that you shouldn't legally regulate? Just be like, okay, you know, some people are gonna be idiots, and you gotta regulate on a personal level. I don't think there's an easy 100% like that was just stupid. Like double Red Bull or something. Well, to be fair to Red Bull, it's like some of that's like the like Red Bull also has like the taurine and other shit in it. Also, Red Bull's disgusting. I don't know why Red Bull's popular. I've tried a lot of the various brands of energy drinks. Red Bull is probably the worst one, in my opinion. Like, I don't like. And you know what's another one of the popular energy drink brands? Monster. And, like, there are good Monsters, in my opinion. I don't drink Monster. My dad does occasionally. But, like, I don't drink Monster. But I'm also, like, you know what's easily the worst Monster I've ever had? The regular, like, green Monster. Like, the original. Easily the worst in my opinion. So maybe I'm just out of touch, but like... Dude, regular Red Bull? A neighbor across the street when we were younger, he said it used to taste like pee. Like, the modern energy drink era has really renovated energy drinks to, like, being a great level. I don't drink C4 and Ghost, but, like, ooh, buddy. Some good shit here. Bloom. Dude, Bloom Energy, I will say. Best energy drinks I've ever had. So my caffeine, like the one I have right now, is stuff I can get from work. Because like there was this energy drink thing. Had a bunch of samples for salesman stuff, a bunch left over, nobody took any, so I like grabbed something from home. I've been like slowly going through them over the past like month. So when I get stuff like this, then I'll drink that. But if I like buy energy drinks of my own, I'll buy Bloom Energy. Easily the best I've ever had. The Alani Energy is up there, to be fair. But Bloom is easily my favorite. Are any G Fuel drinkers? Is G Fuel even around anymore? I feel like they like just kind of died off. I feel like that was a big thing for a few years, and now has kind of become like there's just so many others that have just taken over. I feel. Ooh, I got the fiver. So much more score. So, Game Glitch, are you ready for me to wipe to Remy? No, this is the run, trust. The Yorihime plus Kaimata combo, it's gonna carry me to victory. I need to apologize right now in advance. I don't know when in the stream it's gonna happen, but like my intestines are rumbling right now, and it's gonna catch up to my bowels sooner or later. I can feel it. Bro, what is wrong with me? I had one good week, and now it's over. Rest in peace, my faith. Wow. I don't need to brag, but you ever just feel mediocre, and then you take a massive fart, and then you suddenly just feel like twice as good? Holy moly. Another 5 waiver? I wonder with, like, Reimu B or something, how many waves you can get this down to. Wait, is that only a triple or... Okay, Hina, once again. What is this lineup, girl? Yeah, I'm still staying by that if you don't include mid-bosses, Hina's the third hardest boss in the game. Now, she's noticeably easier than the next two up, but still. Sometimes you gotta rely on homing to finish the work. Remember, kids, let no one tell you that homing is bad. Homing is always the best shot type in games. If people tell you otherwise, they're liars. Act a human. Okay, Hydro Camouflage, I am once again. She was very generous to give me a lot of verticality on that one. Hitbox moment. Nice. Well, time to move on to the stage of hopes and dreams and everything else. Was a little bit sussy on the one dodge, but fine. Hey, Momiji, ever told you how much I love you? Oh, you... Ah! Oh, that was so close! She had to give me the stupid snail trail and push me all the way to the left, and then I still even almost got out of it. It's not a bitch. What I get for complimenting Momiji. Ay, 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 ay. Currently the queen of giving me these weird lines. Yeah, that was the least weird line so far. That one was also not that weird. Ooh. Oh well, what are you gonna do? I guess I have to take 2 deaths to like the hardest two of the hardest attacks in the entire game. Not the hardest two, personally, but. But like I might consider Pyro's Wind God Momiji to be the second and third hardest attacks in the game, so. Or at least in the run. Don't want to forget about the extra stage. Although, how bad is Suaku's extra stage? I'm not actually that familiar with it. Like, is there anything she has that's, like, actually, like, really bad? She's not one of the extras I usually hear people complain about. Except for maybe, like, the survival? An itch. It is bothering me. Ooh, buddy, it's killing me on my head right now. Pay attention to her movement. Pay attention to her movement. Up and slightly right. Should be a perfectly fine and normal gap here. Yep. As perfectly normal as we like it. No, look at all that score! Look at all it go to waste. That bullet was like literally inside me. Okay, nice, perfect stage 5. Oh no, Chulis going to stage 6. I'm so washed. Okay, fairy, okay. Solid pace. That's always a very good thing. Honestly, pace is more often to me, like, I feel like to me is more often more important than end result. Because being able to close out a run is important. And not choking in the late game and such, but like... There's definitely a very much a different mood when you're on pace versus not. And having the better mid-game paces to me almost feels like more important than like clutching out late games. Although it depends on the situation a little bit. Really don't like being all the way over here. Although they're both very valuable in their own right. Okay, Taurus. Nice. Be fortunate. Don't forget to kiss your Kaneko. Run's invalid if you don't do that. Clearly. I will come to your house and beat you up if you don't kiss your Kaneko. I don't think I'm gonna get away 5 kill here. Yeah, not even close. Chris? Okay, give me some good macros here. Come on. This is not what I call good macros. Okay, she helped me out on the ladder end. Nice 2-miss! Momiji and Fearless Wind God feels pretty good. Week's been a little slow, but that kind of draws her back in. Tied for second best run to date. Pretty good. That's 2-miss. Yep. Momiji and Fearless Wind God. Perfect, stage 6. Hello, Kageyama. Hey, dude, I mean, literally, second highest score today. That's what's more important there. You know, take a breather for a second before I go do another one. It's only been an hour and a half, so got time for more. I don't know if I'll be able to get another good run going, but, you know. Yeah, you like that? It's a good Juco one. Alan, am I insane when I say that I think Hina's the third hardest boss in the run? Because this week has really made me think that. With or without mid boss. See, that's what I say. If we ignore mid bosses, I keep saying she's the third hardest. Oops. Never mind, these fairies are the hardest. If you add mid bosses, I might put Notori over her. That is if you use mid bosses. But I'm just thinking, like, if you just count the boss itself, and to be honest, even if you count mid-bosses, like, I'm definitely at the point where I feel like I'm struggling more with Exile Doll than I am with Hydro. It's not by a long shot, but... Ooh, also, Alan, if you got the time for, like, 30 seconds or something, there are like 2 people clipped from like a couple days ago. I had the most bumper crop bumper I've ever had. Like, if you talk about great spell design. Here we go, overtakes without interesting. Yes, I had just I had the laser setup that just makes you sit there and go like, what does she want me to do? Try to look for. I mean, if you go to my page, I believe a couple people clipped it. It should be up there for them. If not, I might have to actually like set one of them as a featured clip, unfortunately. But because, like, the more and more I do Sinai, the more and more I'm, like, realizing, yes, Moses is her hardest attack, and yes, Moses in Nog 1 can be tricky at times. But Sinai is not... Sinai requires either a really big high roll on her end, or you to actively really, like, mess up. Yeah. Sometimes she just lasers you, and you're like, "What are you expecting me to do, Zune? Why did you design this?" And with Notori, it's like you have to give Illusionary Waterfall its respects. If you don't, it can and will kill you. But I mean, that's it. And there's not a chance I'm going to argue in short time correct. Well, yeah, that's the biggest problem with bumper crop, right? Like, even the ugliest situations, it's like, you can kind of, you know, you could look at it and be like, oh, here's your way out of it, right? Most of the ugly situations. But the problem is, it's like that. I mean, there's a line there. But it's like, it's such a short window to, like, find, like, oh, that's the spot you gotta go to. I love that. Bumper crop is heartless, then PDH confirmed. Other shot. Well, other shot types aren't real, so I don't know, like, why you mentioned that. At least I'm getting a lot more happy with my mid and late games. Like, I feel like half the trouble at this point is just trying to get to stage 4 on pace, and then just kind of let it go where it goes. Like, I'm generally really happy with my late game executions. It's just when you have to roll the bumper crop, when you have to roll the Exile Dog, have to roll the Hydro Camouflage, and then the Momiji, like, all in a row, it's like, yeah. And that's the other thing, because, like, something like Peerless Wind God, which, you know, debatably hardest attack in the game, you know, at the very least, it's like, I don't think anyone's gonna argue it's in the running for being the hardest attack in the game. But, like, if I die to Peerless Wind God, it's like, okay, it sucks, but, like, I'm at the point in the run where it's like, okay, you know, unless I've already, like, really fallen off at that point, you know, I'll play out it, whatever. Hydro Camouflage is the worst. Actually, Hydro Camouflage and Momiji are the worst, too, in my opinion. Because, like, if I die to Hina, or if I die to Bumper, I'm like, okay, I'll reset, whatever. 2-3 minutes, maybe, whatever. But, like, when you die to, like, Hydro and Momiji, see, that's what feels bad. So I'm like, it's like, I feel like I've invested a bit. You missed the, yeah, it's a 2 miss. I had a 2 miss. Because at that point, I'm like, I don't, like, I want to reset, because, like, color green on my on your end? I don't know. It's green on my end. What is funny is, speaking of Twitch colors, is occasionally, like, I go back, like, while I'm streaming, I will open up my stream to, like, go look at something that happened an hour earlier to, like, double check something. And what I find funniest is because like, I have Twitch dashboard open, is that sometimes when I open up regular Twitch, like, the chat will pop up on that, and I'll see someone's color. And their color on Twitch versus their color on Twitch dashboard is just, like, different. I'm like, how does this happen? Yeah, but it's weird, because, like, on Twitch dashboard, let's say Kageyama there, like, every time he's in here right now, it's like this, like, orangish color on my Twitch dashboard. But if I open up in, like, regular chat, it's usually, like, green or, like, pink. But it's, like, it's consistently, like, orange on Twitch dashboard. You see him as green? Yeah, for me, it's orange. Which is good, so it separates himself from you, Game Glitcher, but... Which being consistent when it comes again. You're always blue. Yeah, yeah. You're always the blue. Unfortunately, there are too many blue pickers. You, Cinnamon, 11, all of y'all blue. The blue punks. Yeah, you're always a light green. That's why I like, Bammy whenever he pops in once in a while. Because he's, like, bright pink. And he's, like, the only one that's ever here that's, like, bright pink. At least, like, that appears somewhat commonly. Toothpaste green? What? I mean, I guess toothpaste green is a way to refer to it. I've thought about it that way before. I also want to get, when I'm talking about Hina being potentially the third Hearts boss in this run, I also want to give an honorable mention to this attack. Like, obviously Exile Doll is a problem, but, like, I gotta give an honorable mention to Ogane. Little fires. Eek. Eek, you frick! Oh, I had that one, too. That was on me entirely. Ogane is not bad, but it requires more effort than, like, most attacks of, like, some of the easier bosses. Or at least some of the easier attacks of them, right? Like, I'd argue it's harder than most of Sanai's attacks. It's not harder than Moses. But it's probably harder than most of their other ones. You're good at SC, don't scared. Oh, okay. I see, Alan. Always the narcissist. Well, I'm so good at it. I don't care. SMH. SMH my head, Alan. Honestly, one of my biggest problems with that attack is I just hate the glowy bullets. Like, the glowy bullets that kind of have that, like it's kind of the Hydro bullets. It's not as bad as Hydro. I'm never going to argue that, of course. But it's got those weird, like, Hydro bullets that are, like, a little difficult to, like, make out at times. Well, like, when there's multiple waves, like, hovering over each other and you're trying to, like, read how they're going to break apart, it's, like, a little tricky because of, like, the glowy after effect of them. Oh, also, Alan, Cinnamon was in here the other day. He was talking about he was grinding. Blue Bus apparently convinced him to start grinding LOL K, and he was trying to convince me to grind LOL K after this. Hard LNN game. Yeah, there are a lot of hard LNN games. Although, LOL K is, you know, near the top of the list. I would say, like, potentially top of the list, but, you know, FW's out now, and maybe that's at the top. Well, to be fair, LOL K is long. The longest game in the market. Here's my opinion, honestly, on, like, LOL K, because it's a game I've thought about going to. There's a few games I'm, like, very confident saying I'm not gonna go to next, but, like, I really don't know which game I'm gonna play after this. Partially, like, I just gotta wait and see. Like, who knows whenever I'll even get this anyway. But LOL K to me is one of those where I'm like, I am kind of interested, because I really like Stage 4. I really like Stage 5 with homing, with Reimu specifically. With Reimu, I really like Stage 5, and I'm a huge Clown Piece enjoyer. I really like that fight. And Juko, for the most part, besides Lily's, I do quite enjoy that fight as well. My biggest issue, my biggest, like, concern with LOL K, the thing that gives me the most hesitancy is not necessarily even, like, the god-awful early game. It's just... It's one of those things that, honestly, I'd have to sit down and, like, figure out. It's PDH. If it wasn't for PDH, I would be really tempted to, like, sit down and, like, say, yeah, I very likely might do that game next. Who knows? PDH is the one thing that I'm just, like... Like, I did PCB. I was able to, like, start, like, doing spam. I did SA, and I was starting to, like, okay, UNR a bit, Petaflare, and, like, specifically, like, Cat's Walk. You know, I got pretty solid at those, and I like to think that, like, hey, you know, I've gotten good at learning, Peerless Wind God. I still gotta, like, get a bit more consistent at IMO, but, like, I'm really happy with kind of where I'm at with some of these, like, hard attacks. And that's the thing that, like, PDH is one that can, that, like, it's... PDH is weird to me, because it's either going to be, like, I feel like I can read this, or I can't. Because when I did it before, I can't read late, I could not read late PDH. When I did my Lutic 1cc, I just bombed the late phases, I couldn't do it. I would occasionally be able to, like, clear phase 3 no bomb, but, like, I never actually got a cap in it. And now, that was, like, when I was significantly worse. Just bomb, that's lame. SMH bombers, dude. Well, now testing? No, he would thoroughly test everything. But the thing about PDH is, like, if I did LOL K, so, like, whether or not it's next or, like, some point in the reasonable near future, it's like I'm in this weird category where it's like, honestly, before I do anything else, it's sit down and try to, like, figure out, okay, what realistically am I at a point where I can learn PDH somewhat well, like, at least to be able to, like, do it a little bit. But, like, the thing that hesitates me is, like, if I'm gonna go into it, it's like, I gotta see what my PDH looks like. And I'm kind of concerned that, like, if I just spend all the time into it, like, it's just gonna, like, not pan out. I'm gonna want to, like, go to something else. But at that point, I'm already gonna be, like, 3 weeks deep. Let's go do my pod LNN. Be fine, right? I hate Kagro camouflage. I have learned to enjoy the Momiji attack, but I still hate Hydro. Exile Doll, I have a weird, like, mutual... I kind of hate it, but I have respect for it. Hydro, I just despise. I've learned to enjoy Momiji, but... 188 milliseconds. Wow, okay. Mr. Big reaction time over here. Don't guess it. Dude. Speaking of guessing reaction time. So, if there's anyone familiar with Kirby. Okay, anyone know the Kirby sub-games? With the Samurai Showdown one, where it's like Kirby versus like Meta Knight. And it's basically just wait till like the screen pops up like a... Like the go icon, you have to click A and it's just see how quickly you can like react for it. In, like, some of the older Kirby games, the sub-game existed. It's just you versus, like, CPUs. But in, I believe it's Kirby Return to Dreamland. Actually, the Kirby Return to Dreamland remake for the Switch. Or remaster, I guess is the better term for it. They have this, but you can do it multiplayer. So, me, my sister, and our friends were actually doing it after that game came out. And... It's weird. Son of a bitch! And it's funny because, like, for a while, it's like we're all playing purely off of, like, reaction time. And then eventually, like, one of my friends who just keeps losing it, he just starts playing completely off of, like, trying to guess when it's gonna go. Because there's just one way to actually win. And then he got an input time of 0.00 seconds. Literally the frame the count began once. That's what we call a skill issue. That means clearly his reaction skill is the best of anyone. Hit 50 milliseconds, yeah. It's okay, I already have my run. Okay, next death is next death and it's over for the day. And I really gotta pee. Stop with your stupid snail trail, Momiji. Here's the other weird thing about, like, reaction time tests like that, though. Like, I think they're an interesting indicator, and you can, like, kind of get good at that type of thing, too, but, like, how many, like, let's just take games, for example. Like, how many games are you doing where, like, what am I doing? Where, like, your reaction is solely determined off of, like, one thing happens, and then you have a very consistent, like, oh, I gotta do this exact thing. Like, I feel like people fixate on reaction time a lot for multiple reasons, and there's multiple reasons I think that's weird, that's faulty, but, like, yo, I got so good at my reaction, but, like, let's even just take, like, a shooter, for example. It's like being good at reacting in time is important, but, like, there's a line where it's like, okay, you're just reacting to something, or, like, you have to process not only, like, okay, I'm being shot, but, like, it's from this direction, and then, like, reacting to, like, aiming properly and everything. It's like, there's, like, so much more of, like, a level than, my reaction time is good. That's just for base. Exactly, it's cringe. I just... You know what? That is just the way it is. You know, let's just do Field Swing God real quick and then move on with our lives. Fighting game moves. Me too, yeah. Can't barely react to 30 frame moves. Hell, even in fighting games when I can react, it's still not great. You know what? It's just... Let's take my run, move on with our lives, you know. See, my problem with fighting games is, like, I process, my opponent is using this thing. Aha! I know what they're doing, and then I just still, like, walk right into it because, like, I can't play around it. Okay, puppet time, baby. I got my good run. We'll be back tomorrow. I always am. Except on Wednesdays. Is that a Remy puppet on the loading screen? Holy base, that's a sign. Oh, I have to unmute the game. Okay,